try to play the trace. However, they are going to go quite deep here, and it's not even a split. It's just everybody barreling through the doors here, straight through the smoke. That's not a good look there for Rinder. Not the best attack ever, and because they're not splitting the site, it's very easy here for the CTs to hold on to this. You can see right there, the Molotov's going to do great work here for Sound as he gets both entries coming through the window, and now it's just 2 players on the retake. MVP, they do have 1 player in Sound, very tagged up, and they aren't with any more grenades. So there's a real chance here for this retake, but that is a beautiful little aggression coming in from Argency to make life much more difficult here for TyLoo. And it's all on Captain Mo, the leader, the AWPer, in with the first frag there through the doors, searching frantically for the next player. Very low, just needed 1 bullet, but he won't get it. Sound with a great round there, a quad kill for him as he locks it down for MVP. And that was a very critical round to win for them.
Yeah, that's broken the TyLoo economy. And just going back to the CT player, the player who was in CT behind the box on the low ground, that you can also wallbang him, especially with an AWP. There are 2 dots on the box. If you shoot between the box and he's hiding dead deep in the corner, you're going to shoot him straight in the head. So if you're just going for some presence through doors, seeing what's going on, if you're going to spray the high box or the low box as well. 2 players towards long for TyLoo. We can expect them to be a little bit active with these pistols, but again, do not expect much. MVP good at playing the patient game. 2 players in lower tunnel as well, in case any B push comes in. And they've got to play a top mid as well, as opposed to in T spawn. So if there's any short push, they are well prepared for that. They've basically got all their bases covered. There'll be no sneaky shenanigans from TyLoo for the moment. HSK top of the, well, they're all averaged out really, the kills on the T side. Fancy's up there for TyLoo with 14 kills at the moment. Okay, when you're on a CT side, the amount of kills you get can be position dependent. DD's been good with the anti-eco frags all weekend, but with 4 of 9 rounds to the board, he won't be up there just yet. Lovely stuff by Sound. He's had nice, accurate shots so far in this game.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting because we have the usual suspects, HSK with the AWP. We've got obviously the performances we've seen out of Sign as somewhat of the standout of the MVP team as far as fragging and amazing mechanics goes. But if today is the day that suddenly Sound steps everything up, then things get very interesting here against TyLoo. I mean, that would be just the right response here to really be in with a good chance to take them down.
It's interesting that Sound went for the bad plants, even though his team had full control of long. If he plants for double stack, then it's better for the map control they have. Although, in fairness, he does have 9 HP, so if there was a CT on short who threw a grenade, well, he may be dead either way, but maybe bad plant gives him a bit more coverage. So, give him the benefit of the doubt there.
So, just the AK save by Fancy, that's going to be really nice. I mean, potential getting some damage in this round, but otherwise his teammates are going to save. But they can afford some Kevlars in this round as they have a decent amount of money, and it'd be really cool to see what they can accomplish here. They can go for all kinds of little aggressions if they want to, or they can just try to sit and wait and predict and see if hopefully they get lucky and the T's of MVP project run into them for some good engagements. But this is the typical aggression you'd expect to see. I mean, maybe we'll see him just running up short as well. That's a possibility, and I think that's exactly what's happening. This is beautiful now. If Fancy can find himself in for a quick flank, he could kill 2 or maybe even 3 players if he's really focused and on point. However, there is another player at T-spawn. Can Fancy get in the flank? Unknown. It looks like he's going to have to run into this player, so... Oh, the bomb's coming back as well. There's one. Oh, he turns just at the wrong moment. That's so unfortunate for Fancy, but he's done some damage at least. That's 1 kill. What else can his teammates do now they have the information?
Here comes Attacker. Shoulder picking with his knife. Takes a long time to get that CZ out as well. Rinder cleaning house at the moment. I was watching HSK in T-spawn. He was lining up a smoke and then just threw it directly at the wall in front of him. Let's see if... well, never mind. I was going to say if they can pick up some weapons, but now it's DD in T-spawn. The AWP's been taken away by Sign, but at least he can pick himself up an AK. You can see the hunt is coming in already. And there we go. Oh, DD with a very nice 2K considering he's got Kevlar and CZ, he's got upgraded to an AWP as well. That is a disastrous end to an anti-eco for MVP. Either way, they'll get the round on the board, and that's going to be the most important thing. So we'll see what TyLoo can do with this AWP.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because they're going to have loads of money next round, and he's going to save an AWP and some Kevlar. That's so cool for TyLoo right now. It gives him a really big chance to actually cause massive problems here for MVP with the 4 kills too. So yeah, this is really interesting. I'm quite excited to see what they opt to do in this round. Obviously, on the CT side, they may just decide to go, right, let's just play a bit passive and just wait to see what MVP do. And that's a big possibility. But it's always fun as well to see a team that just doesn't care about these situations. It just doesn't care, you know, maybe that they should be passive and says, you know what, we're going to be aggressive instead. We don't give you any respect. We're going to throw in the aggression.
I do wonder if there's a hole in MVP's T defense, which is vision of shorts. Because a number of rounds, HSK's been in T-spawn, but nobody's been covering short to top mid. And CTs have managed to get up there. TyLoo playing the off angle with DD. And his silencer won't give his position away up there as the T comes in. Can get a nice shot on the head as they emerge.
The interesting thing right now is that MVP know that there's no presence in long for TyLoo, which means that they know there has to be 2 players on catwalk. They know this is information that they realize of the setup of the CTs, and that's a really big win. I think for TyLoo's sake, they should really get information in Upper Dark very soon, because as we can see, now that MVP have had that information for so long, it's 45, 50 seconds played in the round, TyLoo need to basically get an update as to what MVP are doing, because right now MVP can just set up for this A split that's going to come in, and it's a really strong round against what TyLoo's setup is.
It looks like they're going to pick top mid with the bomb leading the charge, and indeed. So they've got control, they're going to go for a standard split, but will they use the flashbangs properly? Mo manages to avoid the first one, but he can't get back into position in time. That leaves somebody alone on the site, going to the barrel position, always good. The smoke will help him hide for a second. How's he still alive? This is crazy! There's another kill as well, where's the bomb gone? Could have fallen into CT spawn, but it didn't. DD alone now versus 3. Coming up short, will he be ready for this position? No, goes for the high ground, but the low ground will be where Sign is.
Yeah, the big mistake here, I think, for TyLoo is the lack of essentially any information around the 1 minute mark with the setup that they had. Because obviously, like, we see this situation, MVP played it really well, because MVP, they played kind of a default. They poked into long, they're like, okay, there's nothing going on here. Then they actually confirm it by actually properly pushing a player or 2 in there. They're like, okay, these guys are not playing anyone on long. They have to be playing catwalk. And the best play then is actually the A split, because catwalk's very hard to hold as the CTs when you're actually up against the split, typically speaking, because it's very hard to fall back. And if they were to go for a B split, which some players say, oh, well, why not the B split? Well, the rotation comes in so fast from catwalk that it's actually less value in that play. So you want to go for the A split. So basically, MVP were allowed to work out what was the optimal round, basically. And TyLoo never, although they had an initially good setup, they never basically readjusted into the rounds.
Right then, the force buy coming in from TyLoo, UMP, CZs, and French rifles. Very deep smoke. That will allow somebody to play close. We saw, I think it was on long doors earlier on, where the smoke goes down and then one of the CTs was playing inside the corner of the door, which allows them to block people coming out, but again has that advantage before they emerge through the smoke. MVP once again playing very slowly. Somebody's holding quite the off angle actually, which is quite interesting because his angle is committed if he's discovered. But it's not the one you're going to pre-fire. You'll be aiming at the other side of blue. So that might give him half a second. Ooh, there might be an engagement there. I think Sign may have spotted him. Meanwhile, you've got the T's moving down mid. And Agency creeping into B tunnel. TyLoo pretty static at the moment, but they've got 2 people in CT spawn this time.
Yeah, it's a somewhat more of a standard setup, I guess, than we saw in the previous round. It's more versatile, and this is great from MVP. This is exactly what you need to do. Just push out into double doors, get the information, and okay, if you get 2 entry frags as well, that tells you exactly what to do. Just run into the B-bomb site. Even though DD gets the push through upper dark, which is a great response from DD. He realizes he can't hold the B-bomb site alone against the split. He has to take the upper dark area. He gets the kill, but he does eventually get traded as well. So just a great round here coming in from MVP. Once again, they're showing right now that they're basically outplaying TyLoo, just with and it's not and they're outplaying them in a good way. They're outplaying them by reading the map, by getting information, and in some cases by just outfragging them as well. So just across the board right now, I'm pretty impressed by MVP and what they're showcasing against TyLoo. And if TyLoo can't get more than 4 rounds, that does bode very poorly for them as they switch on to the T side themselves.
Mo trying to desperately hold on to this AWP. Instant trade from HSK, lovely stuff. Credit to the PGL observers as well. That mini camera in lower tunnel was quite nice, as there was a CT pushing there while all the action was going on in B. So great to see both things at the same time. More French guns coming out for TyLoo. Got a bit more money to spend in the bank. They are at maximum loss bonus, so they can go for these in that. I don't know if inadequate buys is the right term, but maybe less than ideal buys. Doesn't sound so sexy though. Somebody with a good frag is going to shut down the long push. So maybe MVP will need a plan B. Attacker, is he going to go for a... Nope, going to stay by the smoke. Smart stuff. TyLoo can sit on this advantage for the time being. This time, Sign has moved into the short position really quickly, but is he ready for the player on Goose? He's made his way to Gandalf. I'm not sure if Mo has heard him from his position. HSK is coming to join him. Meanwhile, the bomb is still top mid, and DD is moving from B towards mid. He might see the bomb crossing up short. We'll definitely hear the information at least, and Sign pops out. Great timing from him. Down goes Mo. One more player in long, though.
Yeah, that was a really big play there. I was wondering if what Sign's position would do, but that push there from TyLoo really sealed the deal there. And the bomb site will be taken. Nice stuff there from Sign, locking things down. They have to retake short right now if they want to have any hope in holding this. But you can see they can't do that. Argency's just stuck by Gandalf right now, and all TyLoo have to do is just combine together, and that's exactly what they'll do. Good timing coming in on the push, and there's nothing that Argency can do. And a nice quad kill coming in from somebody to steal it all away from MVP. And I mean, to be honest, though, TyLoo did have a great start to the round. So it was, again, MVP really showing that even if they can outplay TyLoo in a lot of strategic senses, but even in some of the rounds where things aren't going well for them, the individuals can step up. The individuals can start clutching and start bringing TyLoo into spots where then they have to clutch as a response, which is awesome. It's a great dynamic in the series. And you can see that MVP have a great lead because of the edges they've been gaining from the clutches.
There was some indecision from a T player on the site with a smoke grenade. He looks to be bouncing it off the double stack onto the corner box. And I do wonder, if you have the smoke on the corner, you can jump behind the box on the ramp, and you have almost a pixel peak of players on long. They can't really see you in that position. But indeed, that wasted time allowed the CTs to advance up the short area. DD's got a lot of work to do here. He's on his own at the moment. Fancy is coming through. Got no flashes on Fancy, though. Frags continue for the CT side, but the B site has been taken.
Yeah, you can see once again, Sound with very snappy shots here, but it's not an ideal situation. The smoke's going to go down on the double doors, and the bomb is going to be attempted to plant here. But with so many players outside, there's a really big risk that one of the CTs might just run through to try to kill the player planting the bomb. It's quite a common play. And with the flank coming in as well into upper dark, there is nothing but problems here for MVP. It's going to take something pretty remarkable here for them to save the round against this retake. And there is the first frag for HSK. He's going to lock down upper dark. That's great. He can now reapply his attention to help his teammates to the main push from the CTs on the front of the bomb site. And here they go. Oh, nice Molotov coming in here, making life very awkward as Argency knocks them straight out of the window. Great round there from MVP, just bullying their way into that B bomb site. And 10-5, they are looking really awesome right now.
Yeah, that's a really good scoreline on the T side. Good confidence for them as well. And you have to wonder if the confidence is shaken for TyLoo, considering their performance yesterday, not reaching what is expected of them as one of the leading teams in this region. Not out of it by any means. Maybe they will enjoy the freedoms of the T side, but first they will require success on the pistol round. Fancy with 16 kills so far. Maybe he can have a good performance here and get his team back into this match. 5 Kevlars on TyLoo, and we see MVP going for that boost, maybe inspired by TyLoo.
Yeah, maybe it's also more of a feature of the metagame here as well in the Asian region.
They've got exactly the same pistol setup
That's
on the
interesting,
CT
isn't it?
side. It's identical.
That's so cool to see. All right, I wonder what damage they'll be able to do there if they'll be able to have similar result as to what TyLoo had.
This pistol round from the T side reminds me of when I played Play It Cool and Get Right made us run all the way around overpass, or it was Makaleli, one of the two, just everywhere basically until we got to a site. TyLoo, look, this is madness. They have long with 5 players, and 4 of them are exiting long, including the person carrying the bomb. And there are 3 people coming up. What is this pistol round? This is there's team kills coming in, but all the kills are coming the way of TyLoo on their own team, on their opponents. 3 versus 2 now. This is extremely bizarre, Dan.
I love this actually because I mean, the thing is, if you get long really easily, and then you're thinking, okay, where are the CTs? If they're playing more around middle, as we saw there, then you can rotate into them, as we saw, and then you get mid ranges. You're not playing long ranges as if they would just take the A bomb site. So that's so smart by TyLoo. I love that decision making, and it's giving them a nice advantage. A 3 versus 2 with the bomb is down. It's going to take some crazy shots here. Argency, you just have to breathe on him, and he's going to fall over with 3 HP. Oh, the smoke defuse attempt comes in to just bait out some of the T players. There is a kit there on sign, but there's too many Ts coming around. He's going to have to play around the smoke. There's one frag. Where is the next player? Can't quite find him in time. It's just ring around the rosies here as he looks for the frag. Oh, it's going to go to somebody there. TyLoo lock it down. But another very close round here between these two teams.
That pistol round is way above my head. Like, I do not know.
It's so smart by TyLoo.
That was crazy. I would love to hear what the desks think about that, because that was madness. Very enjoyable, though. I have never seen a pistol round like that. And the fact they started off with identical CT setups as well. Very interesting stuff. TyLoo getting an important round on the board, and of course we're going to have the double ecos coming in from MVP. Argency with a smoke and a flash. What will they do? Ooh, okay. So they're going to flash in as standard on the buy rounds. Nice stuff, but TyLoo aren't there. I like that plan. It's a very economical plan from MVP. Good stuff.
It's smart. I mean, there's so many times when we talk about the CT eco rounds or CT force buys, and it's rather on Dust 2, and it's just so impossibly difficult, especially if you're playing against a team that you know understands how to play an anti-force buy round as the Ts against the CTs on Dust 2. It becomes impossible. You don't get time to fire your scout. You don't get time to fire your deagle. The bomb sites just get immediately taken. And there are numbers advantages, but this is a really good engagement. In fact, the frags are made by MVP. They get the bomb down. How are they getting so many kills with these pistols? That's absurd stuff. And now it's a 1 versus 1. You don't fancy HSK's chances, but even still, even if he just loses a round, even if he just types killing console, James, killing 4 people in a round like this when they spent nothing is amazing.
HSK on the move already. So there are a plethora, Dan, a plethora of weapons to be collected. He has the choice. He's got a golden pass. He can take whatever he likes. You'll soon hear the bomb go down. Look at all these juicy weapons. AK has been collected. Right then, he has enough time to walk towards the site as well, which is great for him. Fancy having a quick look through the doors. He has no idea where HSK is. No idea. So he's going to put himself in the best possible position. I like this from Fancy. So we have HSK towards the window. Fancy's not going to get the kill. This is quite the pistol round, Dan. They must have invested
like $900 or something, 3 PT50s or something like that, and win the round. Why not? And I said, it's impossible to get stuff done against a team that knows how to play the anti-eco rounds. And I'll tell you 2 of the strongest rounds. In fact, I don't even need to tell you what they are. All I can tell you is that TyLoo didn't do either of them. So they just went up catwalk there, and they went into the close range setup against it. That's basically one of the only close range spots on the map that the CTs can get to as quickly as you can as Ts. In fact, it is the only one, basically. So yeah, that was the problem. They have to force buy now. They have to force buy to make this good. TyLoo are having a terrible time, James. Not only did MVP have a very strong first half, it's all going pear-shaped for TyLoo in the second half.
2 Galils on the TyLoo side. Mo on the scout. Limited in grenades. They've got 3 smokes. They can use them towards A from short. They can use them towards B. With a smoke down in CT, and it seems it will be the latter. Mo rotating towards the tunnel position. And through the flames, TyLoo will try to run, but they will get taken down. The dragon has been defused. No flames out of that map at the moment. 4 versus 2. So far, so good. MVP clean up the rest. Sweep them into the gutter. Double the score of TyLoo now.
Yeah, this at this point, I'm feeling like this map is just gonna be won by MVP because they are playing so well at the moment, and they're not making the kinds of mistakes that we're seeing out of TyLoo. And not only that, when TyLoo are making the mistakes, MVP are always ready to abuse it fully, exploit it fully. And this is a very cinematic moment there on the B-bomb site defense from MVP, and that's gonna just give them more and more confidence at the moment. And another key thing to remember is just, we were talking about, what players are we going to expect performances from? What are the winning conditions here? We're talking about HSK, we're talking about Sign. And not only are those two players doing the damage, Rinder's stepped up. Sound has made very key frags, especially on the first half. So everybody stepping up to the challenger against TyLoo. This is awesome to see for MVP. And TyLoo take a bit of a breather to try to work out what they're going to do. But in this round, there is really not all that much they can do. I'm hoping for maybe a plant attempt with this kind of a buy. You'd expect they're thinking about getting the plant secured. Typically, teams go up short for that. Let's see if TyLoo do that.
One flash, and it is on Fancy, who is close to the middle doors. That's a very good start. There was a grenade, which was very close to where the weapon was, which may have pushed the weapon away, but it's not going to be retrieved for the moment. The flashbang has been deployed, so now it's going to be a gauntlet run one way or another. And MVP are vulnerable towards A here. They've got only one person towards the site, one person towards long. They don't have that third person for support for flashbangs, so Sound's going to have to deliver here. So far, so good. 3 kills for him. And the fourth as well. Almost nothing but headshots there. Lovely solo play there. Not going to be deterred by the numbers game. Very patient, very accurate.
What has this guy had for breakfast this morning? He's playing amazingly well, so crisp on his shots. And we even get the replay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lovely stuff coming in from Sound.
Oh,
and
rotate that wheel, baby. Rotate that wheel.
Bish, bash, bosh.
That is glorious.
And the buy's good again for TyLoo. Although Mo is without any Kevlar. He's nude. And look at the confidence here from HSK going straight for the deep catwalk peak towards the suicide area, which is awesome, actually. I love that peak. He does fall back just in the nick of time in case he gets abused by any oncoming TyLoo players. And TyLoo playing really passively at the moment. Perhaps anticipating aggression, or perhaps just trying to be safe against it, waiting for a pick. Is HSK going to give it to them? Because you can see that Mo is looking for this. Oh, but in goes Mo. Oh, he gets it with the peak. That is a very important frag there. 5 versus 3 now. Another kill coming in.
There's another one. Argency was right behind his teammate, tried to equal the score, but the lower tunnel slow emergence comes through. Oh, Sign's going to get taken down from behind as well. This is a good round for TyLoo. They need as many rounds as possible, quite clearly, but also they need the cash in case there is a storm to weather later on. Sound now, last man standing, and he will get put out of his misery as well. So there's some progress for TyLoo. A clean round for them. Puts their money in an awkward place for MVP, but they're going to opt for the buy in this situation. So we'll see if TyLoo can continue their winning ways. Second round they've won in the second half, first being the pistol. We all know what happened after that. Both these teams could do with looking at the Mouse Sports match against Cloud9 at E-League from the last week, because on the Mouse Sports T side, especially around short, where we've seen a lot of issues, because I'll come back to that in a second, as players are being legged and finished off. Sound, oh dear, one by one, they're just lining up the conveyor belt and they're falling off onto the floor and being smashed to pieces. Sign creeping through B. He's got nobody to flash for him, just raw peaks coming in from him. What wants to find, can't do it though. That would have been a crucial frag, the bomb, although there was support coming soon after as well. Rotating away from the B side, there's still an opportunity for MVP, but not much. 2 versus 4. Yeah,
it was a needed push by Sign there. Had to take a big risk. Almost actually made it pay off. Almost had the opportunity to take 2 kills out of that, and obviously that would have put MVP even, more or less, with TyLoo. But instead they're 2 versus 4, and it happens, it happens. And, well, I mean, Argency and Rinda, they've been playing well, but this is a pretty mighty force to deal with. TyLoo are trying to coordinate themselves.
They're being very slow, though, and they're allowing the CTs to rotate, unfortunately.
It should be fine, though, as long as they have the trays correctly. They're in a very open space. It should be very hard for multi-kills to come in from MVP. It should be very difficult indeed. There is the flank, though, and we'll have to see how good that's going to be. You can see it on your screens there. Rinder waiting for the perfect moment to strike as Argency is going to have to get the distraction in here. But this is great from TyLoo. They've left one man in long. That should be perfect here. Argency in 1 versus 3, and both players eliminated immediately. Great stuff from TyLoo. They set it up well. And now it's 8-13. They're bringing this back slowly but surely.
If Argency was the one who had 2 flashes in that situation, then that could have been a very different end to the round, or at least there could have been more bodies on the floor. This was just colossal from Mo. The re-peek as well. Oh, dearie me. 5 rounds between these 2 sides. MVPs, their money's been fully broken now. Around 2,000, well, 1,500 to 2,000 per person. Once again, we've got that eco round from MVP, but the angle being held by Mo is just too tight. So maybe there's an adjustment to be made in that flashbang. That is a very nice shot indeed. The accuracy not enough on this occasion. Argency's the only man standing though. Bombs being collected and scrambled away.
Oh, wow, that's really smart there from Argency. I love that. It's like, you're not having this up. That's brilliant. Yeah. I like the cognizance there. Just good stuff indeed. And trying to take every edge away that's possible from TyLoo, making them spend that money. And Mo, I mean, he's been so good actually. In a lot of the rounds when TyLoo needed somebody to step up to bring them back into it, he actually gives them the early round advantage. We saw those 2 amazing picks on long. We've seen him as well working short and actually taking down multiple players in that area on a previous round with the AWP to again give his team the right advantage moving in early into a round, and they take the round that they needed. So yeah, Mo for me is the MVP absolutely for TyLoo. There's just no question. It's been a long road, but finally MVP's money is dwindled to the point in which they can't really afford to go for a proper buy here. So we will see a half buy instead. And I hope that TyLoo don't... they've lost against Les James in a round like this, so hopefully no shenanigans like that. Hopefully we actually see a proper anti-eco round from them. Either a long or quick through the B, up at the upper dark to the B bomb site. Are 2 very good rounds. Also with the cover here, I mean, in middle, it could work.
Well, let's see how this anti-eco is coming out from TyLoo. Looking good for a B split. 3 people on the ramp, and that is an open site. But the bomb hasn't made it into the site yet. Eventually, hopefully it will. Lots of players heavily tagged here, and the bomb is still outside the site. Argency making it through, doing some good damage. There's still 2 CT players here. Bomb's finally in there now. 1 more player to find. And look at the health on TyLoo. They'll be happy with that, but who knows where that could have gone. Yeah, going back to briefly what I was saying about mouse spots on the T side against Cloud9. They're just so good at flashing every single angle on the short position. So especially from MVP's T side, there are some benefits in looking at those demos. So MVP back on the buy, HSK back on the AWP, which is very important for the side. Can they put a stop to Mo, however? I don't know why he... I guess somebody was just spawned looking at the doors, which is why he went for the pot shot there.
Another slow round coming in from TyLoo as they look for the options, the default being run. They've got a setup here to actually go through the double doors just to get the information, get rid of any CTs that are close, and try to learn what the setup is of the CTs. But is there a pop flash to be thrown? Normally you'd see someone throw the top pop flash from top mid, but actually everybody's just going to start moving towards the catwalk area. They've used Molotovs though to actually clear the close position, so they're not going to go for the pop flash play there. Instead trying to pop flash a CT AWPer away from the stairs position. And we get the reaction here from the CTs. MVP dropping the smoke, which will slow down any pushing efforts. And it does also buy time for MVP to actually push up a dark if they want to confirm the information as to where TyLoo actually are. And whether or not they're actually going to commit to this A-bomb site, which is what it looks like right now for us. No confirmation from MVP, but TyLoo are going to send a message very shortly as the push is ready.
Is HSK ready for this? You see the difference in the TyLoo T-strat. They've got that smoke on short that helps with the cat drop. Pops up, but he hasn't seen the player go past the box. That could be trouble. Misses the shot as well. Flashbang's going to hit both sides. Got a flash of his own. Waiting for a play from Gandalf. This time he delivers. Bomb's getting planted. Will he shoot through the wall? His teammate goes down. And now it's HSK alone, still on the site, and Mo cannot be stopped. He's still causing massive problems for MVP. 2 rounds between these two sides. TyLoo have maximum loss, MVP have maximum loss bonus. But Mo seems to be at maximum power, and that's more of an issue at the moment. Going to go for the pistol buy once again. But TyLoo are catching up really, really fast. It's been 5 rounds in a row now for TyLoo. Are they going fast into the B bomb site here? There's 1 player there in Rinda and 2 players in CT spawn.
And this is the round that I wanted to see. That fast B round is one of the most effective anti-eco type rounds that you can run, and you can see why. You don't really give the opportunity for the CTs to get shots off with the scouts, with the Deagles. They didn't really get a chance to do anything as you move in so quickly, and your advantages are pretty strong. Although, kind of weird to see that there's players running around on A long there for TyLoo, looking for the frags, and they are going to suffer the economic. Oh no, this could get bad actually. Sign could still get another kill here if he's fortunate, and maybe even steal away the AK. So there's only problems here by isolating players in a round like this, and the CTs aren't carrying much. So what is the risk reward? Right now we can see that the losses have been high for TyLoo. Somebody's looking to try to neutralize Sign, but where is he? Could be absolutely anywhere. This is a cool position actually for Sign. Oh, he's going to find the perfect timing to turn around, takes down somebody, and in this round when maybe maximum 1 player should be lost, if that, you've got 4 players lost and the AK picked up.
They've got tons of cash though. Fancy had 16k into that round, so they've got tons of value in just taking all those weapons away from the CT side, especially in the late stages of the game. Just 1 round between these two sides at the moment. So we'll see if how things will play out. Again, HSK back on the AWP, but the problem is Mo's got a nice spawn for long. And it seems that MVP, they've taken a completely different approach here. We've got 3 players in mid, lower tunnel as well. That's going to take them by surprise, but TyLoo spot it. Bit of jumping. They were very cautious, and it might pay off for them. Didi goes down, though. 2-man spray down Rinda with a solid start. 3 people pushing long now for TyLoo.
Yeah, this is desperation here. There's no other choice. They've got to make this work somehow. And Sounds there. He's been so on point so far. On the T side, he's very good. This is the round for him to shine, though. Got to take down these players flawlessly. There's the first one. The bomb can't really make it onto a planting position as he now holds down a more defensive angle. This is a perfect play from him. 1 kill, that's all he needed to do, and he backs away. And there's nothing left for Mo to do but to die as in comes Rinda on the flank. And nobody's lost it for MVP. And with almost all the weapons lost in the previous round, are we going to start to see some economic hardship here for TyLoo? Because it looks good on their money now, but it's a full rebuy for them.
Yeah, they're going to start sweating soon because they won't have much money left after this. They might be able to muster another buy because Fancy's got $12,500 at the moment. But MVP not losing a single player in that round is huge. And they've picked up the AWP that was dropped as well, which is going to be carried by Rinda. He's got an average spawn, as does HSK, so no shenanigans there. Okay, we're going to have 4 AWPs on the server. TyLoo have gone double AWPs as well. That's really interesting. They don't have any good spawns, though, to go towards long, do TyLoo. And that's been a big problem for MVP, just getting picked off on long very early into the round. But that's unlikely to happen on this occasion. HSK going for a quick short boost. See how committed he will be. TyLoo starting passive on this round. As a player in suicide, I think an elbow might have been seen, but HSK can't stand there too long because of the low tunnel push.
And there's the boost. Always good to see. Where's the flash? Will we see a flash as the players of TyLoo come closer? Ooh, there it is. Ooh, HSK, I think he did get fully blind there, so it falls back. So that's perfectly done by TyLoo. It's such a small cost, the flashbang. And you can see the effect is huge, and that allows Mo to retake the angle himself safely. Very important stuff. It's actually interesting how far we've come with Dust 2 in the last year or two.
Especially with those open skyboxes. TyLoo have 2 players waiting outside, or inside long doors actually. Somebody's been facing the wall in case of any flashbang push, but it seems they have intentions towards long. Sound currently in the pit, the only man there, but again, MVP are in a strong position on short at the moment, and it seems they're going to push short and long at the same time. Sound Can he deliver here on long? 2-man spray down so far. There's a player lost on short for the CT side, but he's still got control at the moment. In fact, Fancy's pushing. Mo taking down the rotation, putting things down to 2 versus 2. HSK getting dropped as well.
Unfortunately for Mo, though, he's sort of come close. Oh, the smoke is not very good. He's got to throw the bomb over, and he can run back potentially to long position. A quick last peek is going to be very good. Now just sign, or if he can stop the bomb from being planted. This is huge right now, because that will force Fancy, or rather Mo, to come into position to help out with the AWP. And the Flames are good here, forcing Sign to go and commit for the push, and the double peek comes in. And with 5 seconds left, the frag is made. Very close situations here, but TyLoo managed to steal it away. And MVP, they got one solid buy left in them here, and this is going down to the wire. After what was a very dominant first half showing, TyLoo have really brought things back because of the strength of Mo.
Yeah, he has gone nuclear for the side. Attacker has had 8 frags for what seems like ages. I don't know when he last got a kill, because I looked a few rounds ago and he still had 8 frags, so I'm not sure what's going there, but definitely Mo's looking to just drag his whole team across the winning line here in the first map. 2 players on long now for MVP, and again we've got Sound going close towards the door. 2 players deep into the B bomb site as well, and Argency is holding things down on short. So no one in CT spawn for the moment, but maybe Argency will be the man to rotate. That said, Rinder's moved out of B towards the door somewhat. Everybody knows what's on the line here for both teams. Nobody wants to make the first mistake.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of slow starts. Definitely, something that you expect, from the default. You got to take the slow start. You got to make sure there's no aggression from the CTs, no crazy plays. Be safe against everything. Slowly but surely use those flashes, as we've seen, to take safe angles. Slowly but surely, it's important. But there's only a minute left at this point, and TyLoo needs to make a move. You can see that they could very well go for a bit of a long take here with some grenades, take some map control away from the CTs, or maybe even get some frags in the process. But they are still waiting. 45 seconds left now. And again, they've still not taken Catwalk. They've still not taken long. Haven't looked into double doors through onto middle just yet. Okay, there it is. We just saw DD on the minimap push forwards by himself. And now we see Catwalk